This is a CJSR podcast.
Volunteer-powered,
Listener-supported,
campus and community
Radio.
podcast. Radio and podcasts.
So like a palak paneer, someone bought it from Indian restaurants. They told me, can you make like that? So I made it palak paneer the way I wanted. She gave me idea. People say, can you make vegan food? So I started making a vegan food. And then they say it should be a gluten-free. Then I started making, again, search it and made a gluten-free food. So I'm just saying the customer helped me to build where I am.
I'm Sophia Yan.
And I'm Melania Antoszko.
And you're listening to That's Food from CJSR, revealing the backstory to Edmonton's food one meal at a time.
So, Sophia, you and I are both University of Alberta students, and there's a new Remedy in the CSIS building here on campus. Have you been yet?
Not yet, but I really want to go. You know, Remedy seems to be everywhere these days, doesn't it?
Yeah! It's kind of crazy how there's a Remedy on campus now. It started off with this tiny shop on 109th Street, and now it's exploded everywhere in Edmonton. You can get your chai latte on Jasper Ave, Southgate, and even Terwilliger. Did you know that there's almost 10 locations?
No, I didn't.
Yeah! So in today's episode, I spoke to the owner of Remedy, Zee Saidi, about chai, his plans for Remedy, and how to grow a successful business.
I born in Pakistan and was a very, very small town. And my mom used to make a chai every morning for us. And then we don't have a sugar. Sugar was a government controlled product. And then we never had a sugar. So she used to use a sugar cane juice for it, and she makes chai always. When I came and opened this store, I used to make chai for myself always. When I started here, so I go better make a chai for my customer, the same way we do it. And then I'm start doing it, and people like it, and then we're still doing it, yeah. So I used to make a 10 liter, then went to 20 liter chai a day. So now we make a 600 liter every week.
Oh, wow. That's so much. So how did Remedy get started?
Oh, so I moved from Texas. I used to drive a cab in New York City for 11 years. So then I moved Texas, and then I married my wife from Edmonton. And then she brought me in Edmonton, and then I saw this Remedy was for sale in Edmonton Journal, and then I bought it. And the sandwich shop. It used to be a sandwich shop. And then I bought it, and then I used to start selling what they were selling. And one day I made my own food, like a spicy Pakistani food. And I was eating. My one customer said, "What are you eating?" I go, "That's what I'm eating." He go, "Why don't you cook here?" That one. So that's what I said, is a whole Remedy is built by customers. Was not me. So if he wouldn't give me that idea, I wouldn't start it. So then he said, make this food here. So I started making that food, and we got very popular. Yeah. The people like chai was a very different drink, and that was a good timing too. 2000 was things was coming in. Before people don't know latte or anything, just the coffee was the main thing. So, and then when I started making my homemade chai, that was timing was very good, and the product was very good, and then people liked it very much, and then then I made a Kashmiri chai, and I should give them a caffeine-free chai. I never thought about the people going to ask me caffeine-free chai, so we made a caffeine-free chai, and then I made another chai we call a vanilla rooibos chai. So I make that chai, we buy the tea, do it, and that went very well too. So, but it still is my regular chai is number one seller.
Okay. Can you tell me more about how you just said that your business is built by your customers?
Is how I say. Okay, so I was a cab driver, and I was just cook home, whatever, for myself. And so customer gave me this idea, I should make this food for here. And then I made it, and then some customer came and they brought a food for me can you make this one for me for here? So like a palak paneer, Someone bought it from somewhere from Indian restaurants. They told me, "Can you make like that?" So I made it palak paneer the way I wanted. She gave me idea, and then people say, "Can you make vegan food?" So I started making a vegan food. And then they say it should be a gluten-free. Then I started making, again, search it and made a gluten-free food. So I'm just saying the customer helped me to build where I am. That's why. And then they came back the product. And then, so that's built. Remedy is whole built by customers. They made me where I am.
So I read a lot, and from my friends in the Indian community, has there ever been any backlash from your food since it's more fusion?
Well, I really surprised a lot of our Indian people from Pakistan, and then people from all that region. They come and eat. I never heard anybody say that food is bad, but I heard is not enough spicy or give us a little bit salt. I think the Remedy Cafe is a cafe. We don't put a table salt anywhere. We just put it all together very well, and that's what people who need extra salt. But yeah, people sometimes my Indian fellow, they ask me, can I have some chili pepper? Can I have a little bit more spicy? So that's what we make spicy for them, and I have a hot chutney for them. But everybody loved the chai. So it was the Indian and our Canadian people, whoever comes, they love the chai. So yeah,
That's good. So for 13 years, you didn't open up any new locations, and now all of a sudden, there's so many remedies popping up everywhere.
We got popular, like among people. They like it, and this is a really hangout place for people. They go and they really like it. And with 13 years, 4 or 5 years is just all gone by learning what's happening. And honestly, was learning. And then 4 or 5 years is my sale was $150, $50 a day in 2000. I hardly pay my rent that time. So just people come. Coffee was 75 cents and free refill. So it was very different then, and it took me a long time to establish myself financially, right? And then when I have enough money, and then I got the right spot, the Jasper Avenue. And then I go, okay, let's go try a second one, because I want to. A lot of people were coming from downtown to eat on 109, and we didn't have enough room. We have a very tiny 109 that time. So I go, okay, let's go try that. We'll get that store open. So we opened that store, and we tried, and that was very good success for us. And that gave me most courage to open another one. So then I go, okay, we're going to stop people coming from downtown to 109 so they can eat there. And then I open on Jasper Avenue, 124th one. Mm-hmm. So they take that crowd, put it up there. And then, so this store was very successful for me. And then give me the more, okay, let's go look something else. So then Twilliger, I live in a Twilliger. So I go, okay, try that one. So that was very good. We did that. And I always want to go to Southgate Mall, because so I go, let's go try Southgate Mall. So we opened that one. So that's what all happened. So it's all because, I never had a bad experience to opening a cafe, and we struggle it. So it was always good. Mm-hmm. And so that's what give me a more chance to open more, yeah.
Do you find the most challenging about scaling up?
It's challenging as the employees, so hiring people. And mostly they're bringing cooks from India or wherever they're coming from, and it's very difficult. Sometimes get very difficult, and so I gave up on that. And then my wife handled very well now, so she hired all the people and then all the staffing. That was a hard part. Product was never hard, but we were making for one store, we make for 5. The same thing for us. And then I have hire more kitchen staff, so we do it. And but the front is harder part, to teaching them, always polish them. Okay, please do this one. Please say this to the customers. We're going to do that. So educate them, because it's not a hard part. I never hired I have now, but beginning I never hired an Indian person at the front. and because it's the language barrier. So, and then my Canadian people, they didn't know what ingredients are, what is the chana masala is, what is a pali. That's not their fault. They never heard about that food. So teaching them all. So when customer question you, so you have to answer. So we made all the books, all the information, what is in the stuff is, what is a palak mean, what is a chana masala mean. So that was my hardest part. But we did it. We mastered it now. It's all good to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now it's like a family operation.
Yeah, family operation with my all good staff, which when they stayed with me 7, 8 years, they're still working for me. And we're happy, yeah.
How do you keep the consistent quality, like in your products, in your employees, and that keeping that same brand image throughout all your locations as you expand?
Well, most of the cook we make on a 3 location, so we eliminate that problem because we make the food with same food we're serving there, or we take in 124th Street, and the same food we're serving on Jasper, we take in on wherever we're going to take it. So that way we control quality. And I have a recipe set, so the way we make it. And that's what we do. And front staff, we hire them and we train them for 3 days to making a latte, making a chai. So if we're selling 100 drinks a day, is a 90 chai sell. So we master them how to make a chai. We've got a super automatic machines. We have a system. You have to steam a milk and put chai ready to go. So they have just assembly line actually, and then we train them very well to keep the quality. But sometimes I find, not 100% the way I want it, but yeah, they make mistakes. Yeah, but we all human, right? If we all human, and if we people make mistake, you just try to fix it right there. That's what I tell my customers too. If she's making a mistake or he's making a mistake, just fix them right there. You the boss, end of the day. Customers are the boss. So they can, okay, you do the wrong thing, just fix it, and they will if they don't fix it, then we jump in. We'll say what happened.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think makes Remedy so successful?
It is the people. They always come back. Like you always, if people support you, and then you have to stay honest with your business and be honest with your customer. That's what I learned. And then always fill their demand. Right? So if they want almond milk, this is my job to bring almond milk for is a 1 person or is 1,000 people. That's my job. When the person in my place, they need almond milk, you should have it. Doesn't matter. And then the same thing, people start demanding oats milk. And then I brought the oats milk in now. And then 1%, we have a 1%, we have a 3%. And then we have a soy milk. So whatever, they want 18% cream for the coffee, we brought 18. I used to have a 10%, but they say, no, we don't want it, we bring the 18%. So we have to listen to them, right? At the end of the day, they are the boss. We are the work for them. So, listen to them very well, yeah.
Do you think that's what differentiates yourself from other cafes?
Yes, that's my success is anybody's in the world is a success when you listen to your followers. So like if people come to my store, I listen to them. And that's my success is. And they're giving you free lessons. They're giving you free advice. Come on. So we've got to listen to them and try to put it all together.
Do you have any plans to expand outside of Edmonton?
Yeah. That's what I always believe. I asked my wife that day, I go, can I do one day one thing? She go, what? I go, I want to open the door for them when they're coming in. I just stand outside by the door. She go, okay, can you do in July? Because it's a little bit warm for you. So I love my customers. They are is a boss for me, yeah. And they made me where I am. If I have a beautiful life, that's what they gave it to me. And my coffee cozy, I say thank you Edmonton, and my canopy, I put thank you Edmonton. But this Edmontonian did it to me.
And my last question is how do you feel about chai since when you were a kid, now that you have more commercialized it and given it access to more people?
I'm very happy. And then I never thought about that's going to happen to me. And the chai will be the one. Well, chai was the one. And then chana masala. That was a very pure food. Like you can do nothing wrong with it. Like you can do anything. Chana masala is very pure food. So chana masala, chai, and tandoori chicken wrap. These 3-4 items in the beginning items. Yeah, they did pretty well to me. But I never thought about it's going to be take me where I am from the chai. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, well, those are all my questions.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me.
Here's today's nut fact.
So did you know that before potato chips were mass-produced and marketed around the world, they were sold in mom-and-pop shops? It wasn't until Laura Scotters came with the concept of pre-bagging the chips. Originally, the bags were made out of wax paper. This allowed potato chips to be stored in a more stable and secure environment, keeping them fresher longer while also reducing crumbling. This invention allowed potato chips to be mass-marketed, making them a new convenience food.
Our music is by Dot Hoyer. You can find all our episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and on our website, dasfood.transistor.fm. You can contact us at dasfood@cjsr.com. We are Dasfood CJSR on Facebook and on Instagram. Das Food is produced at CJSR in Edmonton, on Treaty 6 territory.
But is it food?
That's food!